Hi, friends. As we work our way through Lent, retreating with Jesus, our world seems to be drifting far from his teachings and his principles of abundant life. In addition to the war in Gaza, a new war has begun with military strikes in Iran. In our own city, we joined and led a protest of resisting the administration's desire to build detention cages in our federal building, just around the corner from our church. As I reflected on these happenings, I just kept hearing the voice of Jesus saying, "Peace be with you. My peace I leave with you." So perhaps the message is to focus on nurturing our own hearts towards peace this Lent, as we engage the turmoil of our world with courage, with justice, conviction, and love. As we enter into the month of March, let's prepare our hearts to hear the peace work that God is doing in the prison outreach, within the lives of the men and women being served there. Spiritus Christi Prison Outreach supports those who are justice involved and homeless with housing pathways, weekly support groups, and long-term care. A major change this past year was the ending of the prison groups. However, many of those justice involved continue to come to us through jail groups, referrals through drug court, treatment centers, or family members. So I invite you to join us this weekend as we will celebrate the work of the Spiritus Christi Prison Outreach at all the liturgies, where we will be inspired by personal stories of transformation and courage. On March 28th at 6 p.m., you can join us for the Gala fundraiser with the theme this year of Plaid for a Purpose, where you can wear anything plaid to the fundraiser at the Harrow East Ballroom. To learn more, you can go to the Spiritus Christi website, Gala website, to become a sponsor, to make a gift, to donate an item, or simply spread the word. Join us for our soup suppers at 6 p.m. every Thursday during Lent, before Mass. On Thursday, March 12th, Reverend Mary Ann Brody will be our Lenten speaker on following Jesus during times of uncertainty. Reverend Brody serves as the executive director at Crossroads of Caring. She is also a ACPE certified educator and an ordained priest, endorsed for chaplaincy by the Episcopal Church. So I hope you'll come out and join us next week to hear her. Join us for our Fellowship Friday on March 6th for a time to gather with parishioners and staff and community members for prayer, food, and fellowship following the 12:10 Mass in Taylor Chapel. Everybody is welcome, and if you are new to the parish, call the office and join us at 11 a.m. for our new parishioner meeting. We send our condolences to Mary Irway and the Irway family on the death of her daughter, Kimberly Irway. We also send our prayers to all of those dying in the airstrikes and war this week. We send our hearts to you, our prayers to you during this very difficult time of grief and loss. We invite you, friends, to call the office to sign up for our Lenten evening of reflection for women on March 16th, and for those who self-identify as women. We will begin with dinner at 6 p.m., followed by the program at 7. This year's theme is We Are the Woman at the Well. And due to limited space in the Shaw Room, we only have about 40 spots available, so hurry and call the office and sign up. In the bulletin this week, we have a list of offerings for Lent during the month of March that you can attend or register for. On Monday, March 9th, from 7 o'clock to 8:30, we have Anderson Allen leading us in movement entitled Moving Towards the Divine, and it's in person in the Nielsen Room, and you can register for that. On Wednesday, March 18th at from 7 to 8:30, we have our men's evening of reflection, and that's in person in the Shaw Room. And there's a link to register and sign up for that. And then there's Wednesday, March 25th at 7 o'clock. Reggie Harris will be joining us with Songs of Resistance. And then on March 30th from 7 to 8:30, join us for Kanji Aritsinger. And Kanji will lead us in a discussion and a dialogue around Jesus and Buddha in dialogue. So there's lots of opportunities to be with us during this Lenten season. So I hope you register and sign up for one of those. And then there's a person who consults Spiritus Christi Mental Health Center who needs a recliner chair. So if you have one in good shape that you could donate, please send photos to contactmentalhealth@spirituschristi.org, or you can call Amy, and her phone number is listed in the bulletin. And if you're able to transport the chair as well, that would be great. But if not, we'll work on finding transportation. So thank you in advance. And finally, a happy birthday to all March birthdays. God danced the day you were born, and we are so excited to celebrate you here at Spiritus. Well, friends, that's it, and I will see you next week for our weekly Pastor's Update. Take care.